Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 plants that help naturally boost testosterone. Many men and also many women struggle with low testosterone and everything that comes with it. Lack of energy, difficulty gaining muscle mass, discouragement, lethargy. So I'm going to tell you about 3 plants that you can add to your daily routine, which will help increase your testosterone. They're inexpensive and easy to find. You're going to love them. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss them. If you love tips on nutrition, health, and fitness, you're going to love this channel. So go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. Remember to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I post new videos every day, and you're going to love them. If you enjoy these kinds of videos where I talk about testosterone, how to improve testosterone through diet, lifestyle habits, and natural ways to boost testosterone, leave your like here. That way, I'll know you liked it and I'll make more videos like this for you. And tell me, have you ever struggled with low testosterone, or are you currently dealing with it? What do you do to improve it? Is there any food, supplement, or medication that you've tried and that worked for you? Write to me down below in the comments. So let's start now by talking about these 3 plants, these 3 vegetables that help increase testosterone. I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people strongly associate testosterone with muscle mass, and they also link testosterone a lot with red meat and protein. Of course, protein will help increase muscle mass, and naturally, by increasing muscle mass, you also boost your endogenous testosterone production as long as you do strength training. But I wanted to bring up 3 vegetables here that have components which help naturally boost your testosterone. So let's get started. Before we begin, remember that I also have a really great video here on the channel talking about 3 fruits that help increase testosterone. Everyone loved that video, and I'll leave it down below in the description. I have a playlist where I talk more about testosterone, about exams, testosterone replacement, the best and worst foods, daily habits you can adopt to boost your testosterone, female testosterone. So I'll leave everything down below in the description for you. The very first food on our list is broccoli. Many people do not know this, but these cruciferous vegetables, specifically broccoli, but also including cabbage, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, they contain a natural compound called indole 3-carbinol. And indole 3-carbinol acts in regulating the balance between testosterone and estrogen in our body. So it helps to lower estrogen levels that are above the recommended range and increase testosterone levels. This is very interesting because there are people, including men, who have elevated estrogen levels in their bodies. And the higher a person's estrogen, the lower their testosterone ends up being. They are counter-regulators. So, by keeping estrogen levels within the ideal range for both men and women, you can naturally increase testosterone. And the best part is that when we're talking about food, we know it won't have any negative effects on you. So, it's a natural way to regulate your hormones in a safe and even affordable way. Remember that broccoli is a very versatile vegetable. We can eat broccoli in many different ways. In fact, you can even eat broccoli raw. Many people don't know that. You can add broccoli to a green juice, for example, with lemon, an apple, and a bit of mint. It tastes delicious. It's really good. But of course, you can also make snacks with broccoli, mix it into a spread, into an avocado mayonnaise. I even have a playlist of spreads and pâtés, remember, where broccoli can be used like that. And if you choose to cook it, there are even more options. You can make muffins, you can make broccoli rice, either by mixing grated broccoli with regular rice or making just the broccoli, like you would with cauliflower rice. You can use it in omelets, in quiches. Honestly, the sky's the limit when it comes to broccoli. So I'll leave a playlist of broccoli recipes down below as well to inspire you. By the way, speaking of recipes, I'll also leave some specific recipes down below to help boost testosterone. I have a juice recipe. I have a recipe for something like gummies that you can eat daily. I'll leave them down below in the description for you. The second plant, the second vegetable on our list, is spinach. Spinach is very rich in magnesium, and it ends up playing a very interesting role because it binds to the proteins that normally attach to the sex hormone. So when these proteins are increased in our bloodstream, they bind to testosterone and make the testosterone inactive. So magnesium in spinach, which is also rich in zinc, which I'll talk about later, end up having this interesting role because they decrease the activity of this enzyme, keeping testosterone more active and working better in the bloodstream. In fact, studies have already proven that increasing your daily intake of magnesium can raise your free testosterone concentration in the blood by up to 24%. So it really is a very significant increase. In addition, magnesium has a very interesting antioxidant power, which reduces the body's oxidative stress. And we know that the higher the oxidative stress, the more inflamed the body becomes and the worse both the production and utilization of testosterone by our body get. Furthermore, spinach also contains vitamin B6, potassium, and zinc, which are also linked to reducing stress levels in our body. And zinc, in turn, I've mentioned it here before, is also closely related to testosterone production in our body. We know that foods rich in zinc help improve testosterone production in our system, and it turns out that spinach is very rich in magnesium and also quite rich in zinc. So on its own, it ends up being a very interesting food for you to add to your daily routine. Spinach is very versatile, has a very pleasant taste, it's not bitter, and it goes really well in various dishes. I always like to boil spinach with a little water and salt and then discard that water. And then you can use it in various dishes. You can use it in a ricotta spread, for example, or as a filling for quiche, or even in a pasta dish with chicken, mushrooms, carrots, corn, depending on your preferences. So spinach is super versatile with a very pleasant flavor, and it works really well in a variety of dishes. I think that if you consider that you can put it in bread, in a spread, it can go from breakfast all the way to dinner. I also have a playlist of spinach recipes here on the channel, and I'll leave it down below in the description for you to get inspired. Another food that few people know can increase testosterone production in your body is onion. Onion is very rich in quercetin, which is a phytonutrient that can increase the production of our protein, AMP-activated protein kinase, which is related to increased testosterone production in our body. So, some studies have found that people who regularly consume onions experience an increase in testosterone. And there are even many internet challenges involving onion juice to boost testosterone. I've seen several, and it's actually a bit funny because onion juice has a rather pungent taste, to say the least. It's really tough to take an onion, put it in a juicer, and drink the juice because it's strong, very sharp. I don't think it tastes very good, and people make all sorts of faces. There's this challenge on the internet, but you don't need to make onion juice to get the benefits. You can simply add onion to your salad, your sautés, your everyday dishes. Remember that it goes really well in omelets, and even mixed into a spread. And whenever you soak onion in cold water, it loses some of that sharpness. So if you don't like onion because it's too strong or leaves you with bad breath, just slice it thinly, however you prefer. Soak it in cold water for 5 minutes, then drain it, and it'll be much more pleasant for you to eat. You can mix it into spreads, add it to sandwiches, salads, and of course use it sautéed in all sorts of dishes you want. Of course, these foods on their own have very interesting properties that help boost testosterone in your body, but you can't expect miracles. And if you eat broccoli, a broccoli salad with spinach and onion, and think you can just sit around watching TV all day, being super sedentary, drinking a lot of alcohol, sleeping very little, and still expect your testosterone to go up. So remember to watch the videos to learn what increases testosterone production and what is bad for testosterone, because otherwise you end up stuck halfway. You eat things that are good for you, but you also do things or eat things that are bad for you, and you end up breaking even, not seeing any results. Ideally, you should combine efforts to get better results. Tell me if you already do anything to boost your testosterone, as I asked before, if you take anything, if you've seen any results. I would love to see your comment. Take a look at the playlist I'm going to leave here. You'll love it. Remember to like the video, because that also helps me out. And speaking of helping, let's expand this chain of good. Share this video with someone you know will enjoy it. Let's work together, you and I, to grow this chain of good, because that's what I want here on the channel. See you next time. Bye.